Welcome to section 2, which is structure and foundations. Within this section, we're going to be looking at all of the key corners of the jigsaw, if you like, that you're going to put down for you to be able to really grow in a way that is strong, which is the way that is fundamental, in a way that will give you that confidence, that inner belief, really to understand that you can reach the highest potential that you can. A lot of people ask me about mediumship and spiritualism and psychic work, and is it a gift? Well, I think it is a gift, but I think it's a gift we've all got. And the only analogy that I can use is that I think we all have the ability to sing, okay? So we can all sing songs. You may not particularly want to listen to my voice, but I can sing. And in the world, there are some singers who are amazing. And there's in this world some people, probably like myself, who are completely tone deaf. What I'm trying to say is that in terms of mediumship, we have people who are tone deaf and we have outstanding singers, and we all have the ability to sing. What we need to do is understand how we sing and practice that. Okay, so it's exactly the same as any other gift or any other genre or pastime or anything we want to do. Okay, we have to believe in it. We have to practice it. We have to understand our limitations. Okay, so we all have the gift. So if this is the first time you've ever done mediumship, don't worry. If this is you've been doing it for 50 years, don't worry. All right, so this is about us understanding structures and foundations. This part of it is. And the way I want to start this off is, I personally believe, and all the things that I talk about, I can only tell you as I see them, because they're either the lessons that I've learnt through going to Arthur Findlay College or Circle or working with people spiritually, what I've been given from spirit, so direct channeling or information that I've given from spirit, or what I've seen and experienced myself. Okay, I think personally we complicate things. We try to get mediumship and the ability to connect with spirit and people who have passed over to bring messages to loved ones here on the earth is complicated for no apparent reason. Only reason I think it is that we put all of these mythical and mystical things on it, the veil, and we must speak in a funny way, and we read tea leaves, and we have to wait for the moon to come into the right. Yes, for me it's not all about that. Okay, we have to simplify it. This simplification is, first of all, is starting to understand the connection with ourselves. And we're going to use some techniques in the next part of this, which is the self-meditation. But we're going to use some techniques how we can quieten the mind. Because I believe if we have the ability, all right, and I like the film Harry Potter, all right, so I'm going to use some of their terminology, all right. We have what's called a muggle mind. Muggles are people who are not wizards, like in Harry Potter, all right? So we're all wizards, okay? And there's muggles outside. The issue is that we have a conscious brain and an unconscious brain, okay? And the conscious brain is there to keep us here on the earth. So it makes sure that we fight or flight. So if there's an issue or a problem, we're going to run or we're going to stand and fight it. It's going to question everything we do because it wants to find fear. It wants to say, you can't touch that light bulb because it's going to burn you. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do it. That's what your conscious mind does, and rightly so. Okay? It has to keep us grounded. It has to keep us here. It has to keep us human. It has to keep us alive. All right? The issue is that when we want to do mediumship or we want to, connect spiritually or with ourselves, we have to put this human mind to one side because it becomes a deterrent. It becomes somebody who keeps interrupting. It's somebody who stifles your progression. Okay, so how do we put our muggle mind to one side? We're going to talk about that in terms of the self-meditation. That's where I say to you, we need to connect with ourselves. All right, we need to be able to be in the moment. We need to be able to be here, be present from moment to moment. We need to be able to understand the brain, that we can pass it to one side to create a space. Because when we create a space and we ask spirit to come close and we set the intention, we always have to set an intention, whether that's what we want to set the end outcome. But if we simplify it, we have to connect with ourselves. We connect with spirit. We bring people through, whether that's through our guides, our inspirers, our helpers, or loved ones, and we convey those messages to people here on the earth. Medium, we're in the middle. Okay, think of it like that. Think of things differently now. You're a medium, you are in the middle. Okay, this is part of the structure, part of the foundations, simplifying it. We have to have a relationship with ourselves. We have a relationship with the person we're reading for. We have a relationship with the spirit world. Okay, it's generally, on times, a three-way conversation. From here to here to here. From here to here to here. Okay, we have to remember that, and I'll keep going back to that because we have to simplify it. We have to think, if I've brought your father or a passed over, a grandfather, whoever it is here, and they want to speak to you here, we got to move away from the old trodden pathway of what I call clairvagueness. I have a gentleman here. He has grey hair and he has beautiful smile. If your father or your grandfather or your loved one has come from spirit and wants to speak to you, he's going to turn around and say, actually, can you just say to her now that, she needs to sort the front door out because the latch is broken and I'm worried about her every night when she goes to bed. He's going to give us some real factual evidence. He's going to be able to give me 3 or 4 pieces of evidence that I can link the person in spirit to the person we're reading for. Simplify it. It's about our connection. It's about connection with spirit. And it's about connection with the reader or the audience we're reading for. I believe that our forefathers and some of the greatest mediums that have ever walked this earth, the likes of Gordon Higginson, Doris Stokes, even Colin Fry, for instance, okay? I believe personally that they did some amazing things. They allowed us the foundation for us to be able to build. But I also believe that today we need to put the word spirit back into spirituality. We need to get people to experience readings again. We need to get people to feel them. I don't like this complete conveyor belt of, you go to a course, you give messages. You go to a course, you give messages. We need to experience it. I don't like the words that you use, and they're the old vernacular of I'm a vessel. You come through me. I'm a telephone. All I do is pass messages on. I don't want any of that because that's not the right way of doing it. In my belief, we need to experience it. We're part of this emotional moment. We're part of the father or the mother or the grandmother, whoever it is, someone from spirit coming here and giving us a message to somebody here. That's powerful. That's amazing. We have to feel it, okay? And when we start to feel it and start to experience it, it becomes more real. The ability to be able to give, amazing evidence from here to here to here, and that to come back, and we just have this wonderful 10 minutes where, we're talking here to the loved one who've passed over, and it's all going really well here, and it's lovely, and we all have a hug, and we all give a kiss and say, wow, wasn't that incredible? Aren't I brilliant? Yeah. That's what's important. It's about us experiencing it. We're going to use words like surrender. I don't like ego. I don't like, when mediums get up on stage and say to me, and again, we're going to poo-poo this. If you agree with it, great. If you don't, great. Okay? This is my beliefs. No more do we get up or say to somebody, you can only tell me yes or no. I don't want you to give me any information. Because I want to look amazing. Because if you give me information just before I give it to you, I don't look so good. It's not about us. Just remember that. It's not about us. It's about us doing our service for here and for here. Okay? That's what it's about. It's about us providing services for these people and helping people. Okay? Helping people through healing, helping people through messages, helping people through the advice, and helping them, guiding them along their spiritual and physical pathway. So I don't want us anymore whether we say no or not. And I'm going to give you an example. If we bring the grandfather of a loved one in here, and he wants to speak to his grandson here, and he's saying to him, tell him I'm really proud about the way he's looked after that watch. And I say, okay, and I say, your granddad said he's really proud about how you looked after that watch. And he can only say, yes. Completely emotive, yes. I haven't got his watch, no. Rubbish, isn't it? We need to be able to say, your granddad says he's really proud of, and then he opens up and says, You know, I can't thank him enough for giving me the watch. I cherish that watch every moment of my life. And when I miss him and I want to see him and I want to feel him, I get the watch and I give the watch a kiss. I really, really love that watch. The difference is day and night. It's chalk and cheese. The ability to create that connection through the messages that we get is vital if we're going to move this thing forward. It's vital if we're going to experience it and feel it. It's vital if the other people in the audience, if we're doing a demonstration, oh, that's wonderful. Yeah? We have to be more real. Forget the no's and yeses. Start to understand, experience it. I've said that. Start to own the energy when you're reading. Don't be passive. Don't be, what's going to happen next? And what if I don't get anything? And what happens? All of these negative energies. Own it. When we do the meditation, power meditation, we will throw the light out there. We will throw the energy out there, and we will own that energy. We will get into that space, and we'll deliver. We step into the gift. We don't work as a vessel. We keep developing, we keep believing, we surrender to spirit to understand that what we're doing is quite remarkable, and we're so blessed and so honoured to be chosen to do it. Have the right structure, have the right foundations, have the right values and beliefs, that you are here for a reason. You are here to do your best for yourself, for spirit, and for other people here on the earth. Don't fall into old methods. Think of this about a three-way relationship. Be real. Step into the experience and enjoy what's going to happen over the next couple of courses. That's part 1, structure and foundations. As you can see, I'm passionate about it because I feel that we cannot build anything on sand. We cannot build anything on foundations that are not based around simplifying relationships, experiencing it, creating the energy, and we always develop. We're humble to say every single day, thank you so much for choosing me to have the ability and the gift to do the wonderful things that we do through healing, through messages, and through love. Look forward to seeing you in part 2.